So looking at our trigonometric values of special angles, first of all, we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So we're going to look at the trig values. So our triangle opposite 30, we're going to call this x. Opposite 60, we're going to call this root 3 of x. And then our hypotenuse here, we're going to call it 2 of x. So if I was to find our value, so we'll have a look at 30 first. So sine of 30 degrees. So this is going to be opposite. So opposite we have x, and this is divided by our hypotenuse, which is 2x. Now our x's will cancel. So we're left with sine of 30 is a half. Now if we look at the other way round, so we have sine of 60. So sine of 60, this time this is opposite. And opposite, so this is going to be root 3. So we have root 3x over 2x. So the x's will cancel and we're left with root 3 over 2. If we look at cosine, so let's just erase this a second. So looking at cosine, so cosine of 30, so this is going to be opposite, hypotenuse and adjacent. So for 30 degrees we have adjacent, which is root 3, and this is going to be over hypotenuse, which is 2. The x's will cancel. If we look at 60, so cosine of 60 degrees, so let's just erase these two. So this is going to be adjacent, and this is going to be opposite. So 60 degrees, we want adjacent. This is going to be x, which is 1. And then over hypotenuse, which is 2x, so it's going to be 2. So you'll notice the sine of 30 and cosine of 60, they add up to 90, and they both have the same value of a half. Sine of 60 and cosine of 30, they both add up to 90. They both have the same as root 3 over 2. So let's have a look at tan. So if we want tan of 30 degrees, so tan of 30, we have opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So we want opposite over adjacent. So that's 1 over, this is going to be 1 over root 3. Now we need to rationalize the denominator. So we're going to multiply by root 3. So root 3 multiplied by root 3, this is just going to leave us with 3. And then on the numerator, if we multiply, we will have root 3. So we've got root 3 over 3. And then if we do the same for tan over 60, so this time we will have opposite and adjacent. So we're going to have root 3 over 1, which is just root 3. Okay, so if you look at our 45, 90. So this is our 90. And these angles are both 45 degrees. So we're going to say that these sides are x. So x and x. So this is going to be the square root of 2x. So we've now labelled our sides. So now we're going to label them if they're opposite. So if I was looking for 45, this is opposite, this is hype, this would be adjacent, or if I looked at the other angle, it'd be the same. So let's work out. So first of all, we want the cosine, or the sine, let's do the sine. So sine of 45 degrees. So this is going to be opposite, which is 1, over hype, which is 2 root of 2. So the x's cancel. So we're going to multiply by root 2. So we'll have root 2 over 2. So again, if we do cosine of 45, so cosine is going to be adjacent, which is 1, over root 2. Again, multiply by the root 2, and we'll have root 2 over 2. So we can see the value for cosine and sine are both the same. And these values add up to 90. And then we're going to have a look at tan. So tan of 45. So what do we know? Opposite. So that's x, which is 1. And that is divided by the adjacent, which is 1. So this is just 1. So tan of 45 is going to be 1.